Jules.
Dennis.
What's going on, my friends? We want to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. And my name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fawkes.
How are you doing, Mr. Neon Fawkes? It's another week.
Yes, it is. It's another week, another dime, another day, another dime, another dollar. I don't know what the saying is.
Dime a dozen. I don't know. Whatever the hell they usually say. I don't even know. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for tuning into the show, everybody. This is a new show called The State of Synth. If you guys are just tuning in for the first time, we might have some new listeners. You never know, Jules. Always good to be warm and welcoming to all the newcomers that are listening to our show.
Correct. We are not a new show. We are.
Yeah, we've been around.
I mean, we not as long as Beyond Synth.
New to some people.
We'll catch up to them.
Yeah, I don't know if we will ever catch up to Andy, but we do our best. We're like, we're pretty cool. We have music and guests and awesome things. And so thanks for listening to our show. We are the State of Synth. I said that already. It is raining, and I am just hoping the electricity works and the internet works. And
that's right. You're in the States. You guys have like wonky electricity and shit.
I'm telling you, I think it's like I'm blaming global warming at this point. Like every time it rains, every time we lose power, every time anything happens, I'm just blaming global warming because we seriously screwed up the planet, Jules.
We don't have that problem. It's blazing hot and sunny here in Toronto, and we always have electricity.
Well, that's global warming. If it's too hot, that's global warming. If it gets too cold, it's global warming, man. I'm telling you. I don't know.
By the way, I want to remind the listeners that, we are live. And if you are listening on YouTube, pop into the chat, say hi. If you're on the nightride.fm website, pop into the IRC and say hi. Because we like shouting out names.
Indeed. Any listeners we want to give a shout out to in the interim?
Yeah. We've got Dysterian all the way from Poland, as always, tuned in. We've also got Mr. 3 and Dave 808 Turner. Our friend Craig Packman, all the way from Perth, Australia. And Joe has joined us. Neilio has popped in. I guess we're early enough to get some Brits.
Oh,
nice. I guess, our guest is a Brit, so we've got some others. Comrade Nixo is also in the house. And our buddy Howells is over in the YouTubes.
Well, very cool. I really appreciate all of the people that listen to us live. And, of course, once again, the people that listen to us on the archives, you guys are cool, too, because, it's always nice to have passive listeners to check our stuff out, which is great.
Did I do a shout-out to Entropy? Yes. I think I didn't. No, I didn't. Well,
no, you didn't. But now you did.
Entropy, thanks for tuning in.
There you go. Before we go any further, I just want you to say, Jules, I've been listening to Kenny Lane's music all day long. How do we get Kenny Lane on the show? Kenny Lane, if you're listening to this show, we would love for you to come on the State of Synth. I do this like every other week. I just randomly invite people to the show from the show.
By the way, speaking of hard to get guests, did you see last Friday? Carpenter Brute is doing their little Euro tour, right?
Yes, I think so.
I think they were in Lille, France, and they were joined on stage by none other than Gunship.
What? Get out of town.
Yeah, and then the next day at Hellfest, they were joined again by Gunship, and Hellfest, also on the lineup, was Dance with the Dead. Can you imagine going to that show, seeing Carpenter Brute, Dance with the Dead, and Gunship?
Gunship actually played live?
Unbelievable. Yeah, so I have a feeling, I remember Dan Hay hinted at this before COVID, or actually just, the first wave of COVID when everybody thought things were going to open up again?
Yes.
Dan Hay hinted at the fact that their new album, they want to support it with a tour. And then he said nothing about it since. Now, since then, I think they've got a lot of work done. The album's done, I think.
Yeah.
And I think this was like sort of a little practice run for them, going on stage with Carpenter Brute before they go on tour. So yeah, folks, you're hearing it here first. There'll be a Gunship tour. You know it.
Well, we did report on that about maybe 3 years ago that it was eventually going to happen. It was prophesized. We all know that.
Yes, we know things years in advance.
We have our own archaeologists and scientists that are hard at work trying to fetch out this news, real or fake. We will let you know the story, how we find it and see it. So,
by the way, I got some more shout outs. We've got Badger Badge,
Got your badge.
Got your badge in the IRC, as well as Discreet Signals. Hey, all the way from Lakefield, Florida.
Oh, very nice. Another East Coaster.
Lakeland, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, don't know my Florida.
Well, that's excellent, man. I really, I think this is cool. It's a good vibe, and why don't we keep the good vibes going by starting our first track for the night? What do you think?
Let's do it. Also, for those of you tuned in, our guest tonight will be Pensacola Mist. We're going to play a couple of songs, and then we're going to be chatting with the Pensacola Mist boys.
Yeah.
And I believe it's Dan and Oliver, right? Yeah.
Very good. All right, so
yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So our first track, we're going to start off nice and chill. Toronto chill synth artist Night Flyer has released a new EP called Monuments, which contains 3 tracks of smooth, lush, chill vibes. So this track is called Brainwave, and you're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Brainwave by Night Flyer. Yeah, man, that's nice and chill, man.
Yes, very cool artist from my hometown.
Very cool. I feel like I can just chill out and drink a beer and chill out to that song.
Yeah.
Very good.
By the way, a quick shout out to Midsummer X. We're going to be hearing a tune from him a little bit later, as well as Animal, both in the Night Ride IRC.
Fantastic. All right, so we're going to go ahead into our top story, ladies and gentlemen. Top story of the evening. Darker Ways Festival is announced with over 30 classic artists like Tears for Fears, New Order, the B-52s. That's crazy. Human League, Soft Cell, Violent Femmes, and Kavinsky. All right, yeah. Who is making up these flyers here?
So apparently everybody thinks this is fake, but it could be real.
Hell, many people are wondering if this is a hoax. How can you fit this many artists in a one-day event? Not only that, the poster for the show is a synthwave abomination. Shun. I need echo for that. Yes,
indeed. I don't know if anybody has seen this, but this poster is a travesty.
What the? I'm looking at it right now. This is absolutely crazy.
Trust me. You know what? If you were looking at any one of those artist logos, you'd be like, okay, yeah, it's a typical synthwave. But when you smash all these different fonts and different gradient styles onto one poster,
oh my god,
it's like they're making fun of synthwave, which is not cool.
A little bit, but then again, they have Kavinsky on it, which isn't synthwave.
And well, that's right. Yeah, Kavinsky doesn't think he's synthwave.
How come he's in the middle too, man? He should be up at the top, right above the B-52s and the Tears for Fears.
I guess he's new wave. Loser.
Maybe. I don't. Oh my god. So the jury is out whether or not this is fake or real. We will find out on Friday, I guess, when tickets supposedly, quote unquote, go on sale.
Yeah.
And I wish we had a skit. I wish I knew about this earlier. We would have done a skit on this one, but...
Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, Midsummer X reminded me, there's also, like, the Cardigans are on there.
The Cardigans? What? They're pulling all these, like, 90s, like, alt-pop bands out from, like, just who knows
You know what,
where.
I think... So we were talking about this. There was this little thing that was going on social media, late last year, where... If you let this plugin read your Spotify account,
yes,
it would generate this fake poster of your dream festival.
Right.
I think somebody looked at that, saw it, and said, you know what? I'm going to make this happen.
I'm going to make the dream a reality. And there they did. So we'll see on Friday whether or not... I mean, this is in California, right?
Yep, California.
I mean, Soft Cell, the Human League, like New Order. This is almost like a dream state kind of thing. Like, I don't even... How are the B-52s even standing? Like...
But what I don't get is each one of these bands who are pretty big, well, or used to be.
Yeah, huge.
With that many artists on one day, that means they're probably each going to get, 15 to 30 minutes set?
I mean, I guess if they start, like, at 10 a.m., like, it's like a little mini Woodstock or something.
Even then, if you start at 10 a.m., you'd have to do, 5 minutes a set.
I guess so, yeah.
Hey,
what's math when you're dealing with superstars? Who knows?
Quick shout out to Bicep Bison in the YouTubes and Mike Gisecki.
Yes.
Welcome back, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, very good. Yeah, so that's that. We'll find out. We'll keep you posted on the details on that story. But in the meantime, we have got a fresh submission from German artist Tommy Kuntak. How do you pronounce it? Tommy Kuntak.
Kuntak.
Courtesy of our Aztec dealer, John. The track comes out on Friday, and it is called Levitate. And you're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM.
I used to give it all just to tear it all apart. I had to lose it all just to go back from the start. I'ma get a new guitar and rise into the dark. Reboot, restart. Oh shit, here we go again. Break it down again. Watch me level up the game. Higher. Shush, it's too late to wait. So live it up again. If you try to pull me down, I'm gonna levitate. Don't drag me down. Let's take it down.
And that was Tommy Kuhntak with Levitate.
I like that song. It's fun.
I like that. Does he like? I feel like in the
Those
first
lyrics. So by the way, there's a clean version,
Okay.
and then there's the Night Ride version.
I heard him right because like I felt like the first line of lyrics, he's just like dropping like the F-bomb or something like that. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what the hell? But it's fun, you know. It's kind of like a almost like a Italo disco kind of thing. Yeah. Very cool.
By the way, a quick shout out to Karen Zoe Lee, who has joined us in the IRC.
Hey,
She's tuned in.
Very good.
She was one of the lucky ones who got to see All Your Ride in LA last week.
Yeah, listening all the way from the West Coast.
Man, the who's who of who was there. There was Mike Loakley made the trip. Droid Bishop was there. Sunglasses Kid. Dream Kid.
Droid Bishop. Dream Bishop.
I think there was all the kids were there.
All the kids.
Yeah, and of course Parallels open for them with Glitbiter on the keyboards.
Zach Robinson
from the Cobra Kai soundtrack was there. Yeah, apparently, I was hoping Karen could get to meet David Joseph Wesley, our buddy from...
Oh, that's right, he was there too.
Yeah, because he was there at Parsec.
That's incredible.
And, basically everybody was there.
I want to get down.
Us.
I want to get down with West Coast synthwave. I really do. It's like East Coast, West Coast thing, you know? We all wear our colors, and the West Coast got do they wear the blue turban or the blue handkerchief on the head or the
no. So they're I think West Coast synthwave. Their keyboards only have a sock on the left, and East Coast on the right. I don't know.
Wait, your imagery is just blowing me away. Socks hanging for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you our very special guest for this evening. We have Dan and Oliver. Did I get the names right? From Pensacola Mist.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi guys.
I think you got our names right.
Yes.
Okay. I said it and then I was like, wait, did I mess up the names already? Because that's like a famous thing.
And so we're live, so it's almost 11:30 p.m. for you guys over in the UK, right?
Yeah, totally.
Whereabouts in the UK are you?
We're at the very most northerly town in England. It's called Berwick-upon-Tweed, and it's as far north as you can get before you're in Scotland.
No, wait.
I love all those towns that are upon something.
What is it
called?
It's called what? Wait, what's it called?
Berwick-upon-Tweed.
Berwick-upon-Tweed, yeah.
Berwick-upon-Tweed. That's not even a real thing. Like, you guys even have cute
cool,
towns and countries and stuff. Like, I just want to I don't know, that name just makes me want to eat some crumpets and have some tea and.
Welcome to my world. Yeah, I mean, it's just
a nice pork pie, some tea.
Yeah, I find it amazing. We're on the other side of the pond, as we say, but you guys are close to Scotland, which makes a lot of sense because I forget the name, although I did Google everything about you guys yesterday and the past 3 days, but the name of your singer is...
Oh, Melissa. We've got Melissa McNaughton and Oliver.
Right.
They're our kind of co-lead. Oliver, you're from Scotland. You talk about Scotland.
And she's from Scotland as well, correct?
Yeah, she's originally from Scotland, but I just moved there last year. But yes, pretty much the same as Berwick, really, just bad weather and...
Yeah, I guess
isn't that?
Yeah,
we can't talk majority of England and Ireland and
pretty much. We had a day with I don't know what it'll be in Fahrenheit because we're Celsius. It's like a totally different language, isn't it?
Well, you're speaking my language.
Yeah. Well, we had 21 degrees Celsius here, which I don't have a clue what that is in Fahrenheit. And that was like, okay, we've had a day of that. That summer's done. Brilliant. Pack it up next year.
Pack it up, pack it away. Ready for for the cooler.
You guys aren't too far from Edinburgh. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So that's where Oliver lives. Yeah, Oliver and Melissa live in there.
Gotcha.
Live in Edinburgh, yeah. Nice place, actually. I do love Edinburgh. It's nice.
Well, that's fantastic.
We got synth representing everywhere.
I know. We don't have that many UKers on the show. I'm so excited to have some people from the other side, because it's nice. It's nice to talk with a whole bunch of people. And I feel like this show kind of has this real gap when it comes to people from the UK. So anybody in the UK,
that's Dennis.
Give a shout out in the IRC.
We usually air at 9 p.m.
We do. Everybody's asleep.
2 a.m., 3 a.m. for the Brits.
I mean, we get a lot of
we're
passes.
both wrestling fans, actually, Oliver and I. So we're used to staying up till 5, 6 in the morning because I think that the longest the WrestleMania ran was till about 5:45 in the morning here.
Yeah.
When we watched the pre-show from 11. So it's like,
We're used to it.
Oh my god! So that's
you know what? That's like
USA
us.
wrestling.
Do you remember when the World Cups are like held in some wacky country in like Middle East or something? And I'm staying up to try and watch like a France game, and it's some stupid hour in the morning or stupid hour at night.
Yeah, I never have to worry about that. Although we did have a moment, our moment to shine with the U.S. We did, I don't know, we were like in a World Cup or some sort of playoffs or something like that. I remember Philly was a buzz. There was just like the game everywhere, and we had this one place, it's called the Piazza. It was really cool, and they had it on like the big Jumbotron screen, and we're playing somebody, and I think we ended up losing, but we made it far, and that was our experience with, I'll say football, but we all know in the U.S. that it's called soccer.
you call it what you want with us. I don't think either Oliver or I have ever watched a game of football or soccer or whatever you want to say. We're out.
But you guys do music, man. That's the key. Like, that's what we're all about. Now, I know
Canada made it to the World Cup and lost all their games.
Well, they tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this is what I don't understand. Canada and the U.S. are lands. It's a land. Both of them are full of immigrants. Everyone who lives here usually comes from a background like Italian, British, French, you name it.
Right.
How the hell do we not have the best players? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
All right. Open the wallets.
Yeah.
And you'll get them.
Oh, those
you took Beckham from us, I think, over in America, didn't you?
That is true. Yeah, we snagged him up, so that was a big deal. But very good. Now, I know, unfortunately, Melissa, did I say Melissa? And hopefully that's the right name. Yes, I got it right. Whew. All right, so Dan, Oliver, Melissa, she could not be here, but...
I think she's in a caravan tonight, so I'm not sure that she had very good internet.
Oh, in a caravan? Is that like a... What is a caravan?
I guess like a static home. It's like that's our kind of getaways that we tend to do. Is if we need to get away for a weekend, we have a little static home break. And that's where she is, so
you just sent me to like 1816 when like there's like horse-drawn carriages and like the what is it that you hold the fire in your hand with the torches and the and then the zombies come out of the caves.
Yeah, you've seen it then, yeah.
Yeah. It's something like that my image immediately went to, but cool. So she's at a little summer home, hanging out, chilling out. I hope she's listening to the show, or if not, screw that.
By the way, quick
listen to it though.
quick shout out to Carl Jennings, who joined us in YouTube.
Very good.
Chat, who's from Broome, and I take it that's Birmingham.
All right, yeah.
I hope that's right.
They're called Brummies if they're from Birmingham.
Brummies, okay, yeah.
I'll quickly jump on to say hi to Neil and Craig and Chris, who you shouted out earlier. I heard you say those names, so it's nice to have them with us
here.
So, yeah.
Well, I've got family in the Midlands, in Loughborough.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this is very exciting. I feel so left out because I'm sitting here in New Jersey. But it is raining, so I kind of feel like I'm over there. It's really crappy weather. But you guys are amazing. I love your music. I know we have some awesome brand new stuff to play. We have some of our favorites that we're going to play. It's going to be a lot of fun. I was joking about the Melissa thing, of course, but shout out to her if she does listen to the show on replay. But you guys are amazing. Now, when did Melissa come along? Let's just get that out of the way first, because that way we can kind of move on with you guys and tell us your story. But I know you just kind of picked her up. I say picked her up like she was like on the side of the room. Like, hey, you want to
went shopping?
You just hitched a ride, and we just like, right, you can have a ride down the road in the car, but you have to join our synthwave group.
Hop in the van. Why are there no windows? Just come on in. I've got candy. But you know what I mean.
The mystery machine.
Yeah, exactly.
So Melissa, so Oliver and I have been doing music together since we were teenagers in a bunch of different projects. But then in about 2016, I think we started to do Pensacola Mist and kind of work on what we've become now. And we always were on the lookout for a female vocalist, but never quite found the right connection. And it's actually through lockdown. So Oliver had ties with Melissa, which I guess you can
Yeah, I was like during lockdown, just sort of doing some fun covers to try and pass the time. Doing some covers of different songs.
Oh,
and then,
I've heard those. Yes, on they were on YouTube, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, and obviously like Love the Midnight and stuff. And from having worked with Melissa on a panto, she came and done. She was like the princess for the panto. And then so hearing her voice, I thought I think she would have a good voice for synth. And then just so I then asked her to do the cover for I think it was Jason.
Oh my God! Can I just put this out like right now? She has the voice of an angel. I'm just gonna say it. So you guys hit it slam dunk with that.
Oh, I love so much about her voice. It's so sweet, but it's also like it's quite dangerous. She's the feisty one of the three of us too. Yeah. So it's like there's something a bit siren-y about it that she draws you in. But
yes,
then, like,
that's what it is.
Not leave her with sharp objects.
I meant to say angel, but I meant to say like there's something. Yeah, there's dangerous and got all the qualities that you would want in a wonderful singer. And of course, you guys do as well. You do great vocals. I know, Oliver, you are the singer, the male singer, or do you all do vocals for the group?
I say it's mostly me, Melissa, but then Dan also does like a little backing stuff, and then he has some of his own songs too.
Yeah, okay. Throw in some 3-part harmonies when I'm feeling brave enough to not ruin that at a live show. Yeah, because they're such great singers. Melissa and Oliver, so lucky to have them on board, and it's so fun to kind of work and riff together. But so I guess leading on from that thing with YouTube, we were in lockdown. Oliver and I were writing some music together, and we had this one track that we wrote to find a female vocalist, and Melissa's voice had stuck in my mind from Oliver's YouTube stuff. So we put an invitation out to her to do something on it, and that was our track Sex and Violence, which actually I think to this day is still our most streamed track, and that's from before she officially joined. Right. But it worked so well, and we just spent the next year getting to know each other, and she came and did the song at a few gigs. We just spent time in the studio playing around, and it's hard to, once you've got something that is a sealed, closed unit that works, to kind of open that up and bring someone else in. But she fit in so well, and 8 months into our kind of working arrangement, it was like, should we just make this a full-time thing? And then the rest is history, I guess.
That's incredible. Well, kudos to you guys. Wonderful towns. You guys are very just amazing. I totally was like just on a binge of Pensacola Mist music like all week long. So
speaking of Pensacola Mist, the name,
yes, we got to go into that.
Yeah. So okay, if Berica,
I know it's a canned question, I know,
and everything, if all of our British names sound exotic and bizarre, then I think we kind of flipped the script and played it back to you over in the States. We had Mist, and we wanted to find something that would be easier to Google, essentially, something to find, because finding Mist will just give up weather reports that we didn't want to,
It's like naming your band the.
Right, exactly. There's. So we were, again, we both like wrestling, so we've got kind of like a half formed map of the States through through the locations of all the different wrestlers, and so we just started listing hometowns of wrestlers and putting that word in front of Mist. And when we got to Roman Reigns from Pensacola, Florida, we thought Pensacola Mist, and there was just something about that rhythm that stuck. And then
it does, it flows.
I love it.
That's where it came from.
I mean, you could have had like a really boring answer and been like, "That's where I'm from," but like you guys really like. Yeah, that's a really cool story.
We had some big ambitions actually about the name, because we were thinking, okay, that's the name, but what does it mean? Like, why? We wanted to come up with a more interesting answer for this exact question, I guess, that we never really used. But it was more. We thought, well, what could Pensacola Mist mean? And we thought that it would that we would use it to kind of identify that sort of anxiety and those nerves and tension you get before a first kiss. So we call our first release, which is no longer online anymore, that feeling before a first kiss, which is kind of what we want Pensacola Mist. We thought we'll get so big and famous that everyone will talk about Pensacola Mist and use that phrasing for it, and use that, that's a phrase that exists because of us.
In the dictionary.
Yeah, exactly.
See the band. Like, it'll be like what is it? Ambigu. What's that word, Jules? When you look up something Wikipedia.
Ambiguous?
But
ambiguity?
De-ambiguify or something like that. Like, whenever you look up I'm telling you, that's a real thing. When you go to wiki I can't talk. When you go into wiki, the Wikipedia, and you have two things that are the same thing, right? So Pensacola Mist and like Pensacola, and then like you just Google Pensacola, and like the Wikipedia page comes up and it's like, do you mean such and such or do you mean such and such? And there's that term, it's a disambiguation or something.
I know what you mean, but I can't think of it, and I'm leaving you hanging.
I mean, I do make up words all the time, but I swear that's a real word. But I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna show it to you, Jules. You're gonna be sorry, okay? But that's cool. I dig it. I love the whole vibe. Like, to me, like Pensacola Mist, I feel like it's a very like colorful term to me. Maybe it's part of the imagery that you guys use, because you use like a lot of purple and stuff like that. Like, I think of like a maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, you get the dew, like the dew and the purple dew, and like, I don't know, I just see this like image of this like purple mist.
Yeah, I see it.
Early in the morning, and it's kind of like a magical time where cool things can happen. And
we need a gig that starts at 4 a.m. Then that's the
yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get in on the festival. Maybe that
we'll open the day. Yeah.
The whole show.
I love what Neil's got saying in the chat here. He thought it was one of you was trying to type Pepsi-Cola while drunk.
We need a Pepsi Cola Max tie-in when we get to the next stage.
Deadlife might have words though. I think he's got it officially like branded as part of his moniker now, the Pepsi. But yeah, well, that's amazing. That's a cool story. I tell you what, let's go ahead and play a track just to kind of get everybody warmed up here to some Pensacola Mist. And I know we have a really, really awesome track to kind of kick things off. This is my favorite track that you guys do. Love this track. Do you want to go ahead and set it up, Mr. Jules?
Hells yeah. Before that, quick shout out to Spectre240, who's in the IRC tuned in. Hey, thanks for listening. So you guys, this track, Dennis's favorite, I love it too. The Dying Light. It's from your Lost in Love LP. Do you want to say anything about the track before we play it?
No, let's let it talk for itself.
All right, there you go. There it is. This is The Dying Light by Pensacola Mist, right here on Night Ride FM.
There's an old hotel in a rundown part of the city where the rumors go. On Venice Beach I fell in love at first sight with the city that'll steal your soul. From the beaches to the palm trees, you'll be lost in Los Angeles. From the beaches to the palm trees, you must be lost in Los Angeles. It's just you and I versus everyone. Yeah, you better call 911. In the dying light, the setting sun, it's a hit and run. It's just you and I versus everyone. Yeah, you better call 911. In the dying light, the setting sun, it's a hit and run. There's an old hotel, that's where I lost my heart in the city, where the real men go. The taste of cheap champagne, lipstick stains all over the pillow. He really stole the show. From the beaches to the palm trees, you'll be lost in Los Angeles. From the beaches to the palm trees,
And that was The Dying Light by Pensacola Mist. Very cool. I love that track.
By the way, quick shout out to Rosa Stevenson, who just popped into the YouTube.
Hey.
She's like, "Oh, Pensacola Mist, big love."
That's my
Thanks.
partner.
Oh, very cool.
Ha!
Very cool. We're glad that we finally got some UKers to join in the chat room. That's a wonderful thing. Because like I said, I feel bad that we can't spread our joy to the wonderful. I can't even say that with a straight face.
That's what Forever Synth was for. But
Yeah.
they up and packed up.
You know, we could bring them on. They could be like the State of Synth UK edition, and that
Sure, yeah, we'll host that. No
Yeah,
problem.
we'll do it.
We'll do that. We'll do
There
that
you
at our
go.
time. I do know that. I mean, obviously the show and everything on Night Ride. I think people here do generally tend to catch up on the archive stuff
I hope
more
so.
often. But I mean, certainly everyone I speak to is listen to the shows. So
Well, and also there's always Karen doing her Tuesday
Yeah.
UK friendly time.
Yeah, she has her shit together. We don't. But someday we will. Someday we will. We do our 6:00 shows our time, which is kind of like not, terribly late for the UKers. But yeah, we do realize that, your prime time is way past, and you guys are ready to tuck yourself in the bed like I
It's
usually
funny,
are.
though. We always speak to the odd artists. Like, remember Dream Kid? He's like, "Oh yeah, I do my best work till 5 a.m."
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
there is that. Once you get on the roll, it's like
Hard to stop.
Exactly, when we were mixing the album last year and getting that ready, it was like I had to just look at the clock and go, okay, no, it's 3 or 4 in the morning. I have to go to bed because I've got a tiny baby who will be waking me up in 40 minutes, and then I've got to go to work. So really, I have to go and get some sleep.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
all.
by the way,
painful.
Kizzetto's got the perfect name: the State of Forever Synth.
Perfect. Stamp it somewhere, and we're gonna roll with it. I love that name. So very good. But yeah, it would be really cool. I would love to have. I almost called them Bob and Rob because we actually had a skit where we actually parodied the Forever Synth. We love the guys, Rob and Joe. But we always, every now and then, we stick like a little parody in because we love them, and it's kind of like just a little jab because they're so fun. We call I think it's, what is it, Bob and Rob? Jules, I forget. Breaking the fourth wall here, but it's fun. You guys should listen to some of our older episodes. We get kind of silly with some stuff. We did a thing with the Christmas episode where they kind of like took over the studio and stuff like that, and like we made them really fast talking because I don't know why, it just sounded funny. We're Bob and I'm Rob, and like they just like had a ball of speed, and they just like came in like tearing through the place, and it's fun. We have fun. But anyway, back to you guys.
Okay, one quick shout out to the Lone Brit 101 who has joined us on YouTube. Welcome back.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I gotta ask something. You guys,
No.
come on, let me ask. I need to know.
We know exactly what you're gonna say when you come up with
What is your preferred DAW of choice?
God.
So we actually started with GarageBand for a number of years, and thought, this does everything we needed to do. Why upgrade? But the last 2 albums we moved up to Logic, and so all of our writing and recording is done in Logic. But then for our live shows, we export all the stems, and then we rebuild the songs in Ableton, and that's how we do our live shows. Yeah, so that we can play them. They're not stuck and rigid. They're not just backing tracks. They're real tangible parts that we can pull out and loop and expand and remix.
A lot of artists do that. Whether they use FL Studio or Logic, when they go live, they invariably have to boot up Ableton Live and have everything imported into that, because it just, in a lot of ways, like you said, it's
we had no idea how we would even do a live show, because we tried, much like we said, we tried to find a vocalist, we tried to find a drummer, and couldn't quite find the right match for that either. And again, maybe it's because we're in this tiny town in rural England where there's there are absolutely more sheep than people in the surrounding area. And the whole East Coast here is just sea, so we that option's gone. So it's like we have quite a limited pool of population to pull from. So it was because we realized that the band Churches, who are a Scottish band. They'd
yeah.
done about 10 years worth of gigging without a drummer, and they'd been using a sample pad, and they'd been using samples and
Yep.
drum samples like that. And when we realized that, we were already Church's fans, but didn't know that. And we thought, this is how we can do it then. So we gave
That
it a try.
Like, clicked for us. Like, oh wait, if they
Yeah.
can do it, then we can at least
Honestly,
try.
we were about giving up. We
Yeah.
thought we'll just write songs in the studio, and that's what we'll do. We'll put out music but never do it live. But the live is just the most fun part. So when we got so excited when we realized the way around it. And
Von
yeah.
Kaiser does the same thing. They don't have a live. I think what it is it's really hard to get those drums correct unless you're you're going full on band. Then
Well,
it's
yeah.
a
So
different
I think also because synthwave is predominantly electronic, right? And you're I guess the click, the drum is what you're setting the pace to,
right.
and typically your DAW will handle the percussions and stuff like that, and you play your synths, you play your guitars, your sax with that, right? I think it's a lot hard. I would expect it to be a lot harder if you have a real drummer who's got to time himself to a synth or bass line coming from the computer.
Yeah, that was part of the reason why we struggled, because we were confident that we wanted to build this sort of half sample and half live instrumentation, because in gigs I'm playing a little bit of keys but mainly guitar, and Oliver's on bass, and so we wanted to have the live elements with the live singing but not have it feel like karaoke. So
yeah,
that was always the push and pull with it. And when we looked at some working with some drummers, they weren't keen on working with an in-ear click or like trying to keep up with that, and I understand that. I wouldn't want that job either. But yeah, that's where the lights came in with our live show. We brought in the lights to give a bit of movement, because the drummer, if anyone hasn't seen us before, we have this synchronized lighting show that forms this diamond icon behind us, and that comes with us to every show.
Wow.
So, do you guys? So what are the lights? What are they made out of?
Yeah, so they're just these they're just big meter-long LED bars that we bring in, and we program those much in the same way in Ableton.
Yeah, so you got a DMX to DMX to MIDI adapter thing,
and I actually draw them on in automation. Oliver and I would sit and just draw on the automation for what we want. We imagine what we want the lights to do, and so every single
Von Kaiser
part of it,
does the exact same thing.
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
What a difference it's made, because it took away that feeling of feeling like that sort of karaoke performance. You just kind of bring in the flow. We can set the scene, and
it's a spectacle.
Absolutely,
you're creating a spectacle. Yeah.
We need to start selling sunglasses though, because whenever I go out in sound check to look at how the lights are going, I go, this is so bright in people's eyes. We need to put the merch stand, stock that up with sunglasses so that we can help.
Von Kaiser, they've got a mix of spotlights, this, that, and the other, and then they got the Nanoleaf panels, and it can be really bright.
Yeah,
it's intense.
You get a sunburn while going to these shows.
That's great. I mean, I would love to see you guys live. It's a shame that you guys are all the way over there in the UK, but one of these days maybe we'll get you over for like a Neon Retro Fest type of show. And I don't know if you've heard, but they are coming and growing and getting big. There's a lot of great festivals. I know like Neon Retro Fest is kind of like the biggest one over in the States, just because of like its sheer size. Like it's a 3-day festival, which is crazy. We've done some things where we had I know Outland as well has done some stuff, but usually like a one-day.
Outland did Toronto.
Yeah. I don't think they've made it over to the US, although like we kind of count Toronto as like the US
Well, Outland did have a plan after things went relatively okay in Toronto. They had a plan to do New York, and then they were told like the venue they wanted in Brooklyn or something wanted $30,000, and they were like, "Yeah, nope,
like,
synthwave ain't.
What's the synthwave rate?
Popular?
What's the synthwave price?" Yeah. But very cool. So I would love to see you guys. You guys sound amazing. I tell you what, speaking of sounding amazing, why don't we go ahead and play another track by the wonderful Pensacola Mist. I have this track here, Come Down. I don't know this. I know we have a premiere. The premiere is for Undecided. Is that correct? That's the one that you guys did with Lau, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lau's kind of deluxe version of the album is coming out, and asked us if we would contribute a new verse to it. So that's what's coming out in a little while, a few weeks time, and so we've got that to show you tonight for the first time.
That is exciting. So I know "Come Down" is off of your new.
So "Come Down" was from Lost in Love as well, and we kind of picked this one because it's a real good showcase of how we kind of use Oliver and Melissa together in vocals, and it's really fun in the studio to say this is a Melissa track and Oliver does backing, or this is an Oliver track and Melissa does backing, or we do them where they're together, and
It's
it just
a little duet.
yeah. So it lets us have a bit of flavors to songwriting. You know, we can mix it up a little bit by who we use and which combination. So this I thought was a nice one of both singers.
Yeah.
And a song that's great fun to do live too.
Oh, sweet. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and drop that. Mr. Jules, you want to set this one up, my friend?
Of course. Well, here it is from the album Lost in Love by Pensacola Mist. This is "Come Down" right here on Night Ride FM.
Lovers entwined, secrets we hide. Can't count the tears I've cried.
Staying alive, sunsets we ride. Baby, don't close your eyes.
Traces inside, feelings we find.
Time to swallow your pride.
Deep in the night,
Desperate men
confusing, my
collide.
hands are tied. Stop doing what you're doing, kiss me right now. Everyone knows about us, our time's run out. Feel the rush of adrenaline, I don't wanna come down. 'Cause I'm lost for words I can't speak, in my head you're all I'm thinking about. Stop doing what you're doing, kiss me right now. Everyone knows about us, our time's run out. Feel the rush of adrenaline, I don't wanna come down. 'Cause I'm lost for words I can't speak, in my head you're all I'm thinking about. Feel like I'm good enough, shake it off, oh no. Feel like I'm good enough, shake it off, oh no. Feel like I'm good enough, shake it off, oh no. Feel like I'm good enough, shake it off.
And that was "Come Down" by Pensacola Mist, and I love it. Very cool.
Beautiful.
Now you got that little part at the end that is like the whomp. Is
yeah.
that what's the deal with that? Is that like a? I mean, it obviously sounds intentional.
Yeah. We again, sometimes because of the way that we work with the lights, sometimes when we write the songs, we think about what the lights are going to do as part of the song. And that was a moment like that where at the very end of that we have this tail, and then it's a tail off that we then reversed the exported sample part and cut it off just at the peak. And so at the live show, the lights will be pink and they'll be fading out, and then they'll go like that, and they'll
man, that's wicked.
So that's thinking about how the visuals work with the audio.
Perfect.
So you guys are all about the colors. Like every time I think of Pensacola Mist, I think of like just vibrant colors, and I can't think of a more fitting thing for a synthwave band to have than like just these wild, vibrant purple hues and white flashing. And
it's hard in the genre because you don't want to get stuck into doing the same sort of tropes that everyone does, but at the same time, it is a bit tribal in terms of colors, tribalistic colors that kind of unify, and you kind of get a message across straight away. About that pink and blue, then you know that if you like that and you like that type of music, you can quite quickly think.
If you're looking through Spotify or Bandcamp and you see magenta, okay, I'm probably gonna like this music.
Like I'm gonna zone in on this. This sounds like a winner. And of course, when I listen to the music, like they're pretty much sold. But very, very good. So like you put all of that stuff into your music to play live, to program the lights. Like that's just an incredible production to be able to put the whole thing together. So you guys are really doing everything. Like I was also saying offline, I was saying how I really like your website. Even your like website's like very professional. It's very put together. And is there any more compliments I can throw your guys' way? You smell nice. But no, it's really cool. Really digging on your stuff. I know that we have been trying to schedule you guys in. I'm so glad that you guys were able to come on the show when we reached out. We only have one more show left, and that's it for our season 9. But this is really exciting. We're so happy to have you guys on the show. Now, let's talk a little bit about, I know that Jules wants to know about inspirations and what kind of things kind of led you along the path that I want to start a synth pop project and call it Pensacola Mist. Like, do you have like things that you've experienced through your life just through memories or nostalgia or TV?
Yeah,
or...
like did you find synthwave? Did synthwave find you?
I feel like sort of going back, kind of like obviously the old 80s stuff, because synth is so inspired, started with the 80s. So I feel like those old kind of films, like watching them growing up, like definitely inspired me a bit. And then more recently, like the film Drive, like really like it's so iconic and just like whoa, this whole world and this like vibe and like the lights and just
It also reminds you of Grand Theft Auto too. I think all of us have played that, like Vice City, and then Drive comes along.
Yeah, I think Vice City was absolutely spawned a whole generation of producers, musicians to kind of go back to those sounds,
The palm tree lovers.
Absolutely,
That's it. And then I think the actual like synthwave like music was definitely just at a party one day. Some guy was like, "Oh, just like check out the song by the Midnight," and just totally like skyrocketed, and I was loving it. I think it was Crystalline was the song, and just hearing that sax come in, I was like, "Oh my god, this is
not only that, new retrowave or the channels that have like who slap those like stock retro videos on top of the Midnight track. So you're listening to this Midnight song, but you got these like career opportunities with Jennifer Connelly skate on a roller skates and stuff or whatever, and it's like you're hooked.
Right.
You can't help but not be hooked.
You can't say no to Jennifer Connelly.
No.
I think as well, similar, because we're where we are in England, America, and the sort of the way that all pop culture, certainly in the 80s and 90s, seemed to revolve around America, and certainly what came in front of our eyes with a big kind of American shiny dream thing that you saw. So it felt so unattainable in a kind of pre-internet world of the 90s, for us over here. So there's always been this allure about what happens there, and just the accents and everything. So it's like always been so appealing to kind of, we've been drawn instinctively to feeling like this other planet. And I think,
let me tell you, as a Canadian living right next door to them,
seriously,
they're not all they're cracked up to be.
We're not that big of a deal, trust me.
had a bit of a downfall since the early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah, we've very much gone downhill. In fact, we're just frantically just trying to stay above water. We're like, Canada, what you got going on?
You know what? So what's that meme? Like Canada, it's like having a meth lab in your like garage below.
America is the meth lab of
Yes.
the world.
Exactly.
Get
Living
it on
above
the
a meth
flag.
lab.
Yeah, so I mean, all that stuff, all that's kind of has led into it. It's quite a basic story, really, isn't it? Oh well, we watched Drive and we heard Kavinsky and we played Grand Theft Auto and
listen, found a midnight.
You know, it's progression. But I mean, thank God those things did
saw
exist.
a gunship YouTube video and we're like, yeah,
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. That's all it takes.
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, very cool. Now, is there anything like you guys are watching at the moment, like TV-wise? I know that we were talking a little bit about Black Mirror, and I wanted to give
that's
you my
back.
opinion on that show.
Yeah, so
But-
Oliver's not watched the new season yet, and I'm halfway through. But it seems to be like a good return to form. I think the last season and kind of didn't quite hit in the same mark, and I think that it had a real gritty appeal to it in its kind of. Well, we've got a channel 4 over here, which is where it started, and it's much lower budget, and it kind of that helped some of the sense of unease, I think, because
Yeah.
it felt more real. And then as you start up in the antes with the cinematography, which is
It's not
stunning
it's not as disturbing, not as
no,
creepy.
and it doesn't connect in the same sort of way. But there are a few episodes in this new one that kind of call back to some of those earlier seasons, and that's always so great in the scene as well. You've obviously got a lot of people that are drawn to sort of sci-fi elements too. and
Yeah,
I think
well,
the
especially
Black Mirror-
San Junipero. That was
right, San Junipero. There'll be people on these sorts of shows in 10 years' time that will be kind of calling back to San Junipero. as being
I was inspired by it.
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Junipero.
But it's
true.
I love it so much. I've always been drawn to anthologies as well. I didn't really watch the Twilight Zone until I was older and caught up on it, but I've always been in a kind of like drawn to the idea of that sort of show and those anthologies, and I think Black Mirror is a real nice modern version of that idea, isn't it?
Well, one of the other things is I'm thoroughly sick of serialized television.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people who grew up watching Star Trek and everything, where everything was episodic.
Mm-hmm.
You're 40 minutes or 1 hour, you're done. You don't, and you could watch the show out of order.
Yeah.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they went all serialized because they wanted to get people hooked with cliffhangers for the season, so you'd get the listeners or the viewers back. And I can't
I'm the
stand it.
opposite. I'm the absolute.
You know what? It's because
opposite.
you sit down to watch a 1 hour show and nothing's going to get resolved at the end of that hour.
So we
You either have
Oliver
to
and I
wait a
were
week.
talking about this before, where we're talking about how multiverses in movies are all the rage at the minute, and it's
God,
because
yeah.
I think because they're really fun and they don't have the same ties. I think superhero movies like the Marvel Cinematic Universe used to be this real fun thing, and it almost became so serialized that when Endgame happened, I think a lot of people took a way out. I certainly did. I've not really watched anything since then because of the sort of serialization of it.
Yeah.
Felt like I had to have seen everything to really understand or get most out of this. So the multiverse allows you to kind of break those rules again and say it doesn't really matter. This is just fun and silly, and this thing isn't real. And I think there's some of that coming back into it too, isn't there? But there's always a draw to tie everything together again to create an expanded universe. But
I find multiverses, sometimes I think it's like the studio or writer's lazy way out because they've written everything.
Wait a
they don't know
minute.
where to go.
We've had-
and so they do multiverse to reset, and now
Right.
they can go in any other
Wait a
direction.
minute, Jules.
Okay.
We've had multiverses as plots for the state of synth. Are you saying? What are you saying?
Oh,
now, my
yeah.
friend. Let's yeah. Well,
No, I love multiverses. They're awesome.
So that's right. A similar thing happened where I just watched a reel came up on my phone the other day, and it was Charlie Brooker who writes Black Mirror, and he had a start where he was a columnist and he was a reviewer and a games journalist, I think, for a while, and he had a TV show which would watch other TV shows and it would kind of do commentary on them, and he found his youngest kid watching react videos on YouTube and went in the room to say, this is ridiculous, he's just leeching off other people's content. And then as he's talking about coming down on why this is so bad, he realized that's what he made his career from. So it's like, no, actually there's nothing wrong with this, but you've had enough of it for today.
That's great. I just don't understand. Like, this is my problem with one-offs, and it really breaks down to the type of person I am. I cannot get the concept of like a standalone episode of something until like 3/4 through, like the plot is almost done, and I'm still trying to remember people's names. I'm like, oh wait, you're Joe and you're Jane, and I can't remember your names. I can't remember what you do.
That's the writer's fault, then, you know.
I can't remember the plot. It's a new plot. It's a new setup. I'm like, I can't follow. But I'm telling you, by the time it's done, I'm like, oh, that was Joe. That was like the grocery store clerk from the first scene. And I'm like, forever catching up. And like, at least with a serial thing, like it could go so slow. I'm like, all right, well, this person's just, you know, I don't know, traveling across country this episode. Like, that's it. Like, I can totally conceptualize that.
Oh, there's comfort in both, I think. And I think part of the thing I like a lot about Black Mirror is that generally I've got trust there that I'm going to enjoy whatever it is that's shown to me, and I don't read the synopsis beforehand. I just go in and I have no idea what the genre will even be sometimes with a show like that, but I kind of, most times I'm going to have a good time watching it. So as a refresher, that's quite nice, but there is something nice about the familiarity and the comfort of picking up an old show, which to me is probably something like The Simpsons, which those first, you know, the magic golden years I've watched, and probably not being over exaggerated when I say 10 million times. So it's like, but you know, so there's a comfort in knowing what to expect and knowing who the characters are, but also in having a clean slate sometimes and just trusting the process. I guess it's a bit like reading. You read more than me, Oliver, but you like an author then.
Yeah, if you get used to an author, you just want to keep reading more because you know that you'll trust it, so that you'll enjoy it really.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, so we're going to talk about, real quick before we play this next track, this is a premiere that we're premiering right here on the State of Synth. I'm so super stoked to play this for the first time. Now, you guys are affiliated with Aztec for, I believe, is that the newest album that you have?
Yeah, we released Lost in Love with them last July. And we've had a few more singles kind of come out through them, and we've got a couple more upcoming, including this one, which is from Lau's Undecided. The track's called Undecided. It's from her Circumstance Take 2 album, which comes out on the 28th of July.
Very cool, very cool. Do you want to set this up in any way, any particular way that the track came across your lap?
Yeah, I guess so. So we've with Lau being you know, a label mate and someone that runs the label too. We were familiar, obviously, with her work and listened to the album and really loved some of the same sort of inspirations that we've got in terms of Hyman, some of the way that some of those harmonies and things are layered. And when we were asked if we'd like to contribute to a track, you know, go in with the first one there. It's such a good opener, and it was really fun to have the guidelines for something, because we rewrote the second verse, and you know, to have the freedom to riff and do what we want and take the story and the song where we want to take it without having to start from scratch was quite fun. And the three of us got in the studio and we just worked it out together, and you know, that's when we have the most fun. And then this came about, and we quite like how it sounds.
Well, very cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play this track here. This is Lau featuring Pensacola Mist, and the track is called Undecided. It is a premiere right here on the State of Synth. Enjoy.
Give me your worries, give me your sadness, and let me step inside your head. What's in your head? too long. When can we be together? It's just too long. But I don't wanna keep loving undecided. Why is it that you're so undecided? This is too deep. I don't wanna feel so overexcited. Have you decided? I don't wanna keep wondering if you love me. All I really want is you. I don't wanna feel so overexcited. I don't wanna feel like this. I don't wanna feel like this.
And that was Lau featuring Pensacola Mist with Undecided. Very cool track. Very cool. I dig that. She's got like a whole vibe. Yeah, you said Haim. I'm a huge fan of Haim. And she does have that kind of like that 80s pop, even a little bit of Gloria Estefan vibe to it. You know, like that I guess it's because she's from what, Spain?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
originally
based
she's
in
from
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah, I think originally she's from Argentina,
Yes, yeah, that's ringing the bell.
and then she went to the UK, and then got the hell out of there and went to Spain because she needed palm trees and sun.
Yeah, it's got that high heat bop, you know, with some good rhythms and a little bit of syncopation, and very cool, dig it.
So that's going to be on the Circumstances like deluxe.
Yeah,
reissue?
Take Two. It's
Take
called
Two.
Circumstance Take Two, and that's 28th of July. And I'm looking forward to hearing all the other versions that the other artists
all the
did,
other tracks,
because there's a bunch of other good artists on there that I'm looking forward to hearing. You know, Kid Burn, Lightning Kids.
yeah.
Kid Burn, nice.
I Am
Oh,
Berlin.
Lightning Kids.
Yeah. Natalie Gray. You know, there's a bunch.
That's a
bunch
hell of a
there.
lineup. Wow.
Yeah.
Nat Gray. I've never seen anyone with redder hair than Nat. Her hair is like a color of red. Didn't think could exist.
It's not human. I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess I'd love to have all of those people on there. You go out and talk to those people. Get them on the show. It'd be great. We'll have an Aztec. We should do an Aztec panel. That'd be really cool, Jules.
There you go.
Just have all the Aztecs on.
Talk to Lau and John and
Yeah.
And actually, I'm setting this up now while she's not here to say no to it. But you should have Melissa on by herself one day and make up the fact you don't have her today.
I would love.
Yeah.
Hey, she can come on any show. I love her vocals. I love her stuff. Absolutely, 100%. She could come on and guest host. She could come on and interview like our next guest. It'd be great. We'd interview her. She could interview. It'd be like a daisy chain of interviews and stuff like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Signed her up.
Sign her up. Put her down. Put her on the list.
surprise.
But yeah, this was incredible. Now, as far as socials, do you guys want to put some socials out there? Find out how people can get in touch with you guys and all that
Yeah,
good
so we've got our website, pensacolamist.com. At Instagram, we're at Pensacola_Mist. That's our main social. That's our channel we generally use more than anything else. But we're on Facebook and Twitter and barely there on TikTok because I can't open up my mind to that one yet. I just can't.
Yeah.
YouTube has got if you've not seen us before, then there's a bunch of live stuff in our music videos, which are all one-shot music videos. So they're a concept that the camera starts at the start of the song and it ends at the end of the song, and it's one take, one shot through. So if people want to check out a bit of that, that's always interesting. And we don't have many eyes on there, to be honest. So it'd be good to make all that hard work actually mean something. So
Know what I mean?
yeah. So it's, I guess it's good to bring out a couple of dates as well that we've got coming up before we go. So as well as Lau's album on the 28th of July with our track with her Undecided, we also have a single with Sunglasses Kid and Max Cruz coming out on the 14th of July.
Max the Sax Cruise.
Absolutely. It's such a good song. We've worked on it about probably 2 years ago, and it's just coming out 14th of July. And yeah, it's like I've been calling us 2023's most exciting
Sunglasses
synthwave
Kid
trinity.
and Max Cruz sold.
Right, and then we've popped in Melissa on lead on that one, and Oliver with back in, and it's a really great track. So I'm really excited to get that one out there. So that's 14th of July. The track on Lau's album is the 28th of July, and then hopefully we'll have something released, some of our original stuff again at the end of the year. But we don't have anything concrete for that one yet.
Oh man,
Wow.
tons
Stay
of
on the socials, and that's where you'll find it all out.
Yeah.
That's
Now
right.
you were mentioning you guys taking a little break over the summer from live performances, but you did recently have some shows. You were bopping around with Infraviolet and Young Empress. I was looking at these events on Facebook, and I was like, God damn, it sucks to be in this side of the
That was
pond.
so much fun. That was our first ever tour, and we actually had one date with them with Young Empress and Infraviolet on one Friday, and another one the following Friday. And we thought, why do we not just fill all the dates in between? And so that we did it. We had an amazing response, and it was just us on the other shows. It was just solo shows for us.
You and your lights.
But so just us and the lights, yeah. And but honestly, the reaction was brilliant, and it just gave us the bug. We just want to be out there doing that more.
Such a
Now, hopefully, you guys will be doing it.
We will come to you. We will.
Neon
As soon as-
Retrofest 2024
Yeah, let's
coming
do it.
at you.
Make it happen.
hell yeah.
Thank you so much for having us, though.
Yeah, it's been
Of
great.
course, our pleasure. I mean,
Guys, it was an honor to have you guys on.
indeed.
And
I think we should play another track. What do you think, my
well,
friends?
yeah, we will send you guys off with, I guess, the last track, bonus track on your Lost in Love LP, Messiah.
Yeah, a couple of words on this one, if we can, if we're not already
Of course,
in.
I was just about to ask.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. This was like a real dream one for us because we've already talked about the Midnight. Oliver was speaking to Thomas Edinger, the Midnight's saxophonist, who recorded most of the kind of the classic Midnight saxophone parts, and we actually managed to get Thomas on this track. So about halfway through, an amazing sax solo comes in from Thomas. So that was a real like bucket list thing to have him on a track. But
Wow.
for myself, I met Janelle Elliott, who was the voice actress of Lara Croft in the original Tomb Raider games, in the majority of them, back in the PlayStation 1 and 2 era. And I met her last year, and she was so lovely, and I just kind of felt a bit cheeky and asked if she would do a little bit for us. So the spoken dialogue at the start of this track is Lara Croft, and I think that, I don't know who else has Lara Croft on their track. So me as a big Tomb Raider fan since childhood, it was just that,
Nice.
Lara Croft and the Midnight on the same track,
Yeah.
and the track is just so much fun, and to have those on it is like, great. We can close the book now. The album's done.
Nice.
That's perfect.
Okay, well, so Dan, Oliver, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's
Thank you.
way past
Thanks for having
midnight, so it's it's very kind of you to join us this late in
Not at all.
the evening.
Anytime.
And we can't wait for these tracks to come out, especially with the Max Cruz and sunglasses.
Yeah, that's a winner.
Okay, well, here it is. This is from the album Lost in Love. This is Pensacola Mist with Messiah right here on Night Ride FM.
Cause there's nobody around, don't make a sound. You notice how they tear me down, I wear the crown tonight. I feel alive. What do you want? What do you need? It's all in front, nothing is real. That's how I feel tonight. Am I jealous?
All right, that was Pensacola Mist right there with Messiah, and yeah, man, those guys are amazing.
Dude, the sax in that was
Incredible.
so cool.
That's the Midnight Sax, right? I think we established that. Yes. Is that Jesse? No.
No.
The
it's,
other one.
Edinger. Yeah, I forgot his first name.
Yes, the guy, the Midnight Saxophone guy that does the saxophone for the Midnight. Very good.
Yeah, the saxy stuff.
The saxy stuff. And of course, Lara Croft. Yeah, just for anybody out there who does not have the Lara Croft games, you can actually go to Steam.com and you can get yourself the Lara Croft 80% off of like most games. Like you can get like the original 3 Tomb Raiders for like under $10. So it's like a hell of a good deal. We are not sponsored by Tomb Raider or Steam or
Not yet.
anyone.
Not yet.
We're not sponsored by anyone. But that's never stopped us from recommending cool things that we've come across. And
We're sponsored by Dennis's and Jules' time
yes, indeed. And
wallets.
and wallets. All that good stuff. Well, very good. I believe we have another track here that we're going to go ahead and play.
Yes, sir. We got a new track from Swedish producer Midsummer X, who's amazingly still awake and in the IRC.
Oh, what a trooper.
This track is called Hollywood Star, and it's about obsession, fame, mental illness, addiction, dreams, nostalgia,
Synthwave.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, synthwave stuff. And he's released it, I guess, just in time for Midsummer, which he says, it says his birthday? Midsummer, your birthday's coming up, I guess. So that would be Friday the 23rd or Saturday the 24th, one of those two.
Very good.
So there we go. Let's play it. This is Hollywood Star by Midsummer, right here on Night Ride FM.
I'm ready for my close-up. Welcome to Hollywood. I'm gonna be a star. Lights, camera, action.
Waking up and drink some tea. Then you take your morning pills. Life is hard in Beverly Hills. I'm watching you into the nighttime. When you drive, I follow your car. I always know wherever you are. And one day you'll disappear. No more pain and no more fear. Lost in the final frontier. Touched by your sunshine, found in your heart. You are my wonderlove. To make them believe you is a state of art. You are my Hollywood star. Go on, fake it till you make it. Then you take your evening pills. Only way to get your thrills.
Are you jealous?
Swinging from the chandelier, waiting for the final tear, and you lost another year. Touched by your sunshine, found in your heart. You are my
course of U.S. history in 1981. He was a mentally ill 25-year-old, and after 30 years at a psychiatric facility, a judge granted him full freedom.
Welcome to Hollywood. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. I was waiting for the stinger there. That was Midsummer X. Midsummer X. Very cool. Very cool. I like that tune. Hollywood Star right there.
Beautiful tune.
It's a rad tune. And yeah, Pensacola Mist, great band. Go out there and check them out. Check out their socials.
That's another one of those songs you don't want to. If you're listening to it driving and all the sirens.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You don't want to.
Gotta love those. By the way, quick shout out to Vag.
Hey, Bog's listening.
The mod from Outrun subreddit, which is now private thanks to Reddit's bullshit.
What?
Yeah, you heard about how the Reddit CEO wants to charge like millions of dollars for these third-party apps, like the API for the third-party apps.
Yeah.
So last week, Reddit, in protest, a lot of the subreddits shut down, went private, just to hurt them in the pocket, because they got an IPO coming up, right?
Oh, right.
So this CEO is a bastard. Anyways,
That
good
guy.
old Outrun. Outrun followed suit and went private just to stick it to them.
Yeah. Well, we're all part of these little niche projects
Right.
anyway. I mean, that's synthwave in a nutshell. So, whatever. Close the door. We're gonna have a party inside. It's like, you close the door and you're not letting anyone in, but you're just having a good time for all the
You
people
got a
that are
bouncer.
in.
You got a bouncer now.
We got a bouncer, right? Exactly.
Yeah, that way they don't make money off all the free work that people who upload the content and the mods do, because Reddit is built on free labor.
It is indeed.
But anyways, so hi to Vog, and also Rex Balls, who has joined us, Pericles as well, and Lord Tuts popped into the chat. My friend Nightflyer, we led off the show with his track, has joined the chat, and David Guerrero over in the YouTubes.
Well, very good. I think it's still a poppin' hour of the night. What time is it right now? It is 7:35. Wow, it's early.
I know we started early.
I didn't even get my beers on yet. This is very exciting. So
we got lots of music, lots of stuff to cover.
Yeah, we do. Well, let's see if we can dive into some of that right now. What do you think? Let me see if I can just scroll my notes down here. We're going to do birthdays, I think. That's what we do at this time of the night, celebrating some birthdays around the synthwave scene. So let's dive right on into it. Who's first?
Let's see. I'll kick it off. Today, June 21st, Micro Mad Scenes, aka Mateo, is celebrating a birthday. So happy birthday, Micro Mad Scenes.
Very good. June 22nd, we want to send a happy birthday out to Blind Cobra. Now, they are in New York, and we hung out at the last Nightwave thing. So you want to go check them out. Awesome producer. Very cool.
Yep. Very cool. Let's see. That's tomorrow, Friday, June 23rd. The other half of Faith in a Glitch,
Mrs.
Valerie,
Glitch.
is celebrating her birthday. Mrs. Glitch.
Very good. Very good.
Lady Glitch.
Lady Glitch.
As well as Nat Frost and Sam Haynes. So happy birthday.
All right. June 24th, we want to send a happy birthday out to Alex. Is that Elixir or Elixir?
Alexar.
I get confused. Elixir. Okay. And Maximus Prime. Very cool. I just like saying that name. That's really fun. Happy birthday to you guys. June 24th.
Yeah, June 25th, Gremlin is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday.
June 27th, Large Array, Billy Mays Band. Two outstanding producers.
Yeah. And finally, June 28th, Grant from Neon Retrofest is celebrating a birthday. And so is Stephanie from Knight Rider 87 on the West Coast. So, yeah, very cool.
Very cool. All right, so that was birthdays in the house. Let's go ahead and oh my goodness!
Oh, you can lead this one in. This is your baby because you were excited about
so
this.
Excited. Beta Blocker hit me up with this last week and said, "Yep, you can play this right after they put it up on streaming." So they put that up last week. So we're playing it this week. I am so totally stoked to play this remix. In fact, this is the one that Beta Blocker was talking about during our show when we had them on this season. And this is the Arcade High remix. So I'm going to read off the script and make it sound totally natural. A few weeks ago, we had the boys from Beta Blocker on the show. And I'm just saying the same thing that I just got done saying. This is why I don't read the script. Why do I bother reading the script? This is Arcade High remix of a Beta Blocker track. It is called Part of You, and you are listening to it right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy. It's a good one.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. What the hell is it we're doing? Taking it back to square one. 3 o'clock in the morning. Stubbornly backed into another corner. Can we be chill this once? She goes, I don't wanna tell you that the memory is
That was Part of You, the Arcade High remix, and oh my god, I love that song.
Yes.
I love Beta Blocker. I love
Arcade High.
I love Arcade High. I love both of them put it together, and it's like just this super group of awesomeness that you can only get with two people like Arcade High and Beta Blocker. It's actually four people, but who's counting? But yeah, very cool track. Wicked remix. So we have some more music. I think we have, what do we have, like 3 or 4 more tracks? Four
More tracks.
Very exciting. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do touring events, and then we're going to close the show. Jules, did you know that this is the 14th episode and we only have one more episode to go?
I know. And our next episode is next week.
It is.
What is it, Wednesday next week?
29th. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. It depends on like when my wife has to work.
It is. Okay, so it's next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
It's going to be sick.
And yes, we're going to go all Aussie.
We're going to Australia. It's going to be very, very fun. It's like, like when you have a sitcom, speaking of like serial TV shows, like remember that episode where like the Brady Bunch goes to Hawaii, or somebody goes to like Australia. Like it's like Dennis and Jules go to Australia. It'll be really fun because we're going to be having a bunch of people from the scene. I know Griff's coming on. We're going to be having 0 to 9, which they are a big, just huge scene maker.
DJ, promoter.
Yeah, like puts all the shows together in the land down under.
Oh, and then a little artist named Dream Fiend.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
And another little artist named Killstar.
I cannot wait. I am like just well, you know my love for everything in that whole. They're kind of like a superpower. They're kind of like the Voltron of Australian synthwave, where you have Killstar and Dream Fiend and September 87 and even Griff, like, because they all kind of work together. And I know 0 to 9's all in the scene too. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be super fun. Check it out. It'll be our last show of the season before we put our swimmies on and jump in the pool and forget about the fact that we're podcasters. So it'll be very exciting. In the meantime, let's play another track, and then we're going to do some synthwave events.
Let's do it. All right. You know what? Back to Sweden we go. The latest release from artist Sonic Gap features, it's a 2-single EP. And here's the titular track. Everybody take a drink. Goddess, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Sonic Gap with Goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it took me a second to read it. That's very cool. I like that track. It's a really rad track. And another Swedish artist. Lots of synthwave in Sweden.
We're all over the world when we do these shows.
We are. We're like
Sweden, UK, Australia, US, Canada.
Yeah, all over the place. Spain, apparently. We go there too. Let's go ahead. I think we have some touring events that we're going to go ahead and dive on into. So without further ado, let's just hop on into that and get ready to close up this show.
Let's do it. All right. So currently, right now, up until August 26th, Carpenter Brute is on tour in Europe. And we were talking about this at the beginning of the show.
This is insane.
Holy crap. Like last Friday, they were on stage and Gunship joined them.
That is insane.
And then, the next night they were on stage, Gunship joined them, and also in the lineup was Dance with the Dead. Can you imagine those? I don't know if those fans, how lucky they know they are.
My head would have popped off, like straight
right?
off
I'm
my
surprised
shoulder.
the earth didn't implode.
Yeah, that is absolutely wild. So most likely, hopefully, they will play a couple tour dates. They're probably going to play in the UK. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Gunship, they are big.
They're big. They could do it.
They will not just do the Europe.
I mean, they did say when they were going to go hard. So we'll see what happens. Very cool. June 14th through the 30th, we have the European tour with Dance with the Dead. Speaking of, that's cool. That's rad. What else do we got here?
Ooh. Let's see. The OK UK tour with Lucy Dreams, I Am Bolin, and Amaya. And we have a couple of tickets to give out to anybody who's in the UK who wants to check them out in London. Or Reading, or what was the other place? London, Reading, and somewhere else. Anyways, if you're in the UK and you feel like going out this weekend to see an amazing synth pop band, hit us up.
Just hit us up on IRC. We don't even care at this point.
Hit us up on IRC. Hit it on Twitter, wherever. That's going down this weekend in London, England, and then Reading and one other place.
And then June 24th, we have the Turnstiles with Von Kaiser and DJ set by Neon Fox. What?
Who? Me? I've never heard of that guy.
Well, very cool. You're going to hang out with the Kaisers again. That's very exciting.
Yes.
I'm not jealous at all about that.
Watch the magic of synced lighting.
Yeah, they really sync the hell out of everything they do.
Also, on June 24th, Nitrowave TC is doing in the Twin Cities. They're doing Solstice, which is going to include Denotive, A Team Apolka, Finesse, and Sim 1, and that's in St. Paul.
That's pretty rad. Very cool. July 8th, we have Synthwave Night with Droid. This is the lineup. Droid Bishop, Let 'Em Riot, and Knight Rider 87 in Portland, USA. That is a killer lineup. I know.
Karn's going to that one because all she has to do is drive 3 hours and boom, she's getting bished.
Well, very good. We have the, I'll go into this one as well. July 12th, we have the mini tour of Brother Tiger. Very cool.
He's going to be in Toronto. July 15th, so I'm going to be going to see that show with Michael Oakley.
Oh, that's rad.
Going to hang with the Oakleys.
Well, very good. That's exciting.
Finally, we got one more. July 15th to 23rd, the Europe tour. One Ticket to the Moon. Brazilian artist. They're doing a little European tour.
Indeed, very cool. Really, it's like, what is it, August 19th is going to be the Synthwave Night in Boston. Jules, I don't think did I guess the right date?
I think you are right. It's, here, you know what? I'm going to Google Synthwave events, and I'm going to click on the very first link that comes up.
Is it the State of Synth event page? Possibly?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so that's the one that's featuring, by the way, you're right, it's August 19th, and it goes down in Worcester, USA. And that's going to feature the Motion Epic, System Glitch, Aero Viper, Johnny Fallout, and Liquid Modern. Like, holy fizzles.
That's insane. I think I'm going to try to get to that one, and I'm trying to get my buddy Strappy, Mr. Straplock, to go there as well. I do want to mention that because I know it's a little far off, but we are going on hiatus. We're going to be done next week, so we won't really be able to promote it properly, but anybody on the East Coast, especially if you're like the northern Boston area, come on out. It's going to be a really, really good time. I know Michael Knight does a lot of the synthwave things. He's got his own show.
Retro Futurism 101.
Yeah, he did the synthwave skate night and just just amazing fun. I would like to get as many East Coast New Yorkers to take the hike up there. We can all party train. It'll be a good time. So
we'll show the West Coast how it's done.
We're going to show the West Coast, East Coast posse. We're going to roll in with our red bandanas and our purple socks
and
hanging from our...
Sock on the left synth and
Sock on the left synth. That's classic. One other maybe tour we should mention. September 12th to October 6th, the Love Game Tour with Time Cop 1983 featuring Josh Daly. That's right.
Not to be missed.
They are playing in Philly. Yeah. It's gonna be wicked.
That's way over in September. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Oh my God! I wonder if Kenny Lane. No, he doesn't really tour with Kenny Lane. Kenny Lane, if you're listening to the show, we really, really want to have you guys on this show. I say you guys, meaning you, meaning Kenny Lane. Love your vocals. And yeah, that's it. I'm pandering once again to synthwave potential guests that I someday want to have on the show.
So once again, folks, just head on over to Google, type Synthwave Events, and the very first link that comes up, that's the Night Ride Synthwave Events blog.
All right. Yes.
And a quick shout out to Night Razor who popped in. He's sick apparently, so he popped in and then popped out of the IRC. And our friend Dread is in the house.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So we have another track here that we're going to go ahead and play.
Oh, yeah.
And this is...
Ooh, yeah. This is a nice one.
All right. So you want to set this one up?
I can't believe he submitted it.
This is incredible. Yeah. I saw this in submission. I was like, is this
Tommy
the Tommy 86
submitting to us?
What? That's crazy.
So, yeah. French artist Tommy 86 was cool enough to submit a single from his latest album, Let There Be Lights. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the whole album features tracks with the word light in their names.
It's indeed.
So, yeah, it's an incredible release. No surprise, he's French, right?
Yeah.
So, this track is called Under the Strobe Light, and you're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM.
What was that? And that was Tommy 86 with Under the Strobe Light.
Damn, oh man, that was funky.
That was, I mean, the French just can't go no wrong with
Nah, that's the French touch, you know?
It's amazing. So, classic artist, just instant classic track right there. Go out and get that album. It's really good. And we love it. That French dancey stuff, man. It's good stuff. We're going to kick it one more track here, then we're going to get ready to close it on out. So let's go 1-2 punch here. What do we got now, Mr. Fawkes?
Alrighty, let's head south from France to the lovely country of Spain. So the artist Lifelong Corporation has just unleashed their 19-track album called The World of Tomorrow. And we are going to play you the titular track. Everybody have a drink. Here it is on Night Ride FM.
Enjoy. And that was Lifelong Corporation with the World of Tomorrow. Cool tune.
Ooh, that was epic track.
Yeah.
The whole album sounds like that. Epic sounds. Rich, lush.
It's
I
amazing.
think they're like probably all in major.
You think
keys.
so? Like
it must be.
like C major, D major.
I don't know I don't know my music.
I don't know.
The theory stuff.
H
chord
major,
progression and digressions and
digression,
disambiguation and
disambiguation. That's the word.
Yes,
that's the word. I knew there was a word, and I didn't make it up. And it's disambiguation. That is the word.
It was who was it in the IRC chat who came
to my rescue. Yeah, I appreciate whoever that is. Shout out to you guys. You're amazing, and I think that you earned yourself a pair of Lucy Dreams tickets. Just hit me up in the IRC, and they're yours. Congratulations. It's tough. If I could go over there to the UK, I would absolutely go and check out that concert because that sounds like a wicked line. I Am Bowling. Come on, like that's a wicked lineup. Anyway, we're getting ready to wrap us up here. I want to say before we have our closing music playing right now, but I do want to mention we do have a charity album. This thing is shaping up to be pretty awesome, Jules. We have some amazing names. I'm not going to mention exactly who's involved, but we have over, I want to say we're close to 10 songs, where at the beginning I was like, maybe if we can get 5 or 6, we're going to be good. But I think it's going to be a nice, solid album. It's going to be a mix of live performances, pseudo-live performances, brand new tracks performed live down in our little jazz club, Mr. Fusion. And this is all to... I think I spoke about it like 2 other times. I didn't even mention that it was a charity album and who it's benefiting. But it is benefiting the Trevor Project. So it is a really cool LGBT charity, and it's basically like, it's kind of like a crisis line, and they basically offer a crisis line to anybody in the LGBT community to assist and have that service available. So it's a really cool cause, and it's going to be a cool album. It's going to be like live synthwave meets jazz. Like synthwave just like runs into a jazz club, just smash right into the brick siding and just like go right in. You have like half the bumper just like hanging in the like, it'll just be like that vision, just like smash it in, and that's gonna be like the album. It's gonna be very exciting and
beautiful.
It's gonna come out, and I don't know, we're gonna promote it next season, so we only have a couple more episodes, this one and then next week's episode, where we're going to have the Australians on. But we do want to mention that we do have just about enough of our people involved that it's going to be a wonderful thing now. So we will be promoting the hell of that very soon.
Sweet.
So very cool. I think that's it. Jules, do you have anything else that you want to mention?
I just want to welcome Craig Packman back. He got back just in time for the last track.
Very, very cool.
But if y'all want to support Night Ride FM, the 24-hour, 7 days a week, best music station ever, you can head over to patreon.com/NightRideFM.
And
of course,
want to support us?
Yeah. Tell him, Dennis.
Go to what? StateOfSynth.com, right?
Yes. Buy Dennis a beer.
Buy Dennis. Buy Jules a beer. Jules, I think we did have... actually, you know who bought us a beer? It was Tootie Cat Singer and Nicole, I believe is her regular name. I probably just outed her. I forget her stage name, but wonderful person. She bought us a couple beers, and Jules, I'm going to be sharing those beers with you. We will be drinking them beers next week during our season finale.
There you go.
And we're going to drink them, and cheers to you guys for listening to the show and always spreading the love. We thank you so much for being a part of the show just by listening and helping promote the show, or just listening to the show. You're part of the show, so thank you so much for you guys. You guys are amazing. And I think that's it. We're going to close out with one more track. What do we got?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? Big thanks to our guests, Pensacola Mist, who joined us earlier. And before we sign off, we're fans of the Finns.
Indeed.
Of course. So artist Ferris Millick just released a banging single that we're gonna play you out with. This is The Wall Will Break. From all of us here at Night Ride FM, have a good night!
Bye-bye.